This morning here, we just want to go over some of the things that we get phone calls on in the service department. And a lot of times the guy will call in with maybe some plugging issues or performance issues. And so we want to make a bit of a checklist of stuff to go through on the corn head that you can look at to make sure and self-diagnose to an extent what's going on. So, there's a lot of adjustments we can make on a corn head to help performance and stuff. But one of the first things we always need to check is make sure it is installed correctly. And one of the most common issues we get is this square tube installed incorrectly. It can be put on backwards. The one thing we want to look for is if this bearing support tab is kind of on the back side of that bearing. And that'll help make sure that square tube is in the correct position in relation to the barrel. The next thing is we should be able to, with 2 fingers, spin that Devastator barrel. You can put that bearing on backwards and the inner race will rub up against this plate if the bearing is installed backwards. So the next thing we talk about a lot when we're making adjustments to the corn head is your cut height and your head angle. So one thing we always get, we say we normally want that head running around 22 to 24 degrees, kind of depending on the situation. But when we check that measurement, we want the head down on the ground in field position, and we want to put the angle meter right here on the deck plates. That's where we're checking when we're checking that adjustment. So the next thing is we can adjust our cut height. And that's basically going to be how high are we processing the stalks. And we get some pushback sometimes because growers want to run their snouts maybe at a certain position in relation to the ground. Maybe you want them right on the ground, maybe you want them 4 inches off the ground, but guys don't want to adjust that. And you can adjust your cut height without affecting where your snouts are running. And virtually all corn head manufacturers have an adjustment where this snout comes down and rests here. And you can just adjust this up or down. So if you raise this up, then that will lower your cut height. And if you set this down, when you set this snout down on top of it, that puts your snout lower and raises the cut height up. And you can see we've got 2 snouts adjusted right here. You see one's higher and one's lower, and that affects how high your head is going to run in relation. This grower has it adjusted kind of in the middle, but that's going to affect your cut height and how high we're processing that stalk.